Hey there, it's Rick with the Mercedes Diesel Guy channel. This is my 1984 Volkswagen Vanagon project. Not going to be doing too much today. I've got a lot on my plate at the moment. I've got to clear out this disaster of a carport, which unfortunately became a storage dumping ground shortly after we moved in. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be moved. Much of this needs to be moved out to the sheds, including my workshop shed. So I can start parking cars in here again. And I would like to get the 84 into the carport for working on it. Just a brief recap. I have basically no history on it. Don't remember exactly what the odometer says. I think the odometer reads something on the order of 110,000 miles. I have no idea how accurate that is. I'm not counting on that being an accurate representation at all. It will not start. It will not. The brakes don't work, so it doesn't stop, and it really just doesn't run at all. So I'm going to make my first attempt at doing something today. So I don't have too much time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to air up the tires, which are holding air but nearly flat just from sitting for years. So I got to dig out my compressor here from the carport, air up the tires, and then I'm going to get it up on jack stands, and I'm going to replace the battery cables because I got to route the positive cable underneath to the starter. Like I said, I put a battery in it this past week, and the headlights work, the blinkers work, but that's about it. When I turned the key, the starter absolutely did not respond, and I'm pretty sure I did not hear the fuel pump cycling, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I know that the battery cables were replaced poorly at some point in the past. I don't know how, where, or when that happened, but it's clearly a sloppy job. It's not original at all. So I'm going to tear those out. I'm going to put in hopefully better battery cables. Just some generic stuff I got, but it really should do the job. It's brand new. One of the big issues I saw there was that on my 91 Vanagon I have a much thicker, much heavier gauge battery positive cable, and this is a very, very thin gauge wire by comparison. So I'm going to swap it. I'm going to swap out the battery cables and see what happens then. I'm hoping that with the new battery cables in and the connections cleaned up at the starter, that at least the starter will work. Once again, I'm not counting on the fuel pump, and even then I don't know what's in the gas tank or how long it's been there. I opened the cap and I'm pretty sure it smells varnished. So I really don't want to try to run it on whatever's in the tank. What I'll do is if I get to that point, I will pull the gas tank hose off the fuel pump, just in case the fuel pump comes to life, and I'll clamp that, and I'll just see if it cranks. And then if it looks like it's cranking fine, I'll run a hose into a gas can and see if maybe I can get it to fire up that way. So I've got my work cut out for me. It's going to get hot, so I also don't want to be out here all day. It's about 9:30 a.m. right now. So I am going to get my compressor, air up the tires, and go from there. Okay, well, I've had a slight change of plans for today. I did not and will not today be replacing the battery cables, and let me explain to you why. So the first thing I did is I figured that everything would be pretty obvious, and it would just be a matter of swapping out a couple of cables for other cables, and I would have something in place in a matter of minutes. Well, it turns out that wasn't the case. So I got under the van, and because a good portion of that is obscured by the gas tank, it's just difficult to see exactly what's going where. So I came in here and I actually did clean up the connections at the wiring a little bit. And once again, you know, I turned the key in the ignition, and you know, power's coming on in the van, so I'm pretty sure positive and negative are both hooked up more or less correctly. I mean, I do want to clean up this battery wiring at some point in the future, but not quite yet. So I decided to go back to the engine compartment and see, you know, what else I could see, what else was going on. And I discovered a couple of things today. First off, it never occurred to me, but this van does not have power steering. I was under there looking in the area of the battery cables, and I got a good look at the steering rack, and I realized that there are no power steering lines going to it. So I came back here to the engine compartment and confirmed there's no power steering pump, which should be down here. So this is a manual steering van, which I'm fine with. And engine, of course, needs to be cleaned. And this was in place from the previous owner. This is a relay, and I suspected and confirmed that this was going to the starter. Now, there was one more wire here, the factory connector going to the starter, and it was wired into this relay right here. And I suspect that not the immediate previous owner, but maybe 2 owners ago, they were having problems with the starter and suspected a hot start issue. And I've heard about this. I haven't done too much research, but people add a relay here to make sure more power goes to the starter, you know, when it's hot, so there isn't a drop in voltage, and the relay compensates for that, and the starter works better. So I think that they were dealing with a starter that was just failing, and put this wiring into place. And I actually did swap the relay here for a different one. Didn't make a difference. And then I disconnected this wire here, connected it directly back to the starter, and the rest of this here is now just doing nothing. This is the cable that ran from the relay to the starter. And what else? It's grounded here on top of it's grounded here on top of the intake. And there's a wire running here to the alternator. I mean, there is so much hack job wiring in this Vanagon, it's not even funny. Once again, I don't blame the people who sold it to me. I suspect that, you know, 99%, if not 100% of this goes back to owners. And who knows, maybe it's even changed hands a few times. So, yeah, this is, I mean, there's these, I don't know what's going on here. This temperature that's supposed to go, this connector that's supposed to go to this temperature sensor here, that the wiring's all shot. There's an alligator clip here on this other sensor down here, and I don't know what's going on with this connector. But like I said, there's just an alligator clip there with a wire going to nowhere. There's this brown wire here, just once again not going anywhere. Don't know what it's supposed to do. The insulation on this wire here is shot. There's this wire going to the plug at the distributor, and this is clearly hacked in. I know there's a wire hooked. There's a wire hacked into the temperature sensor on the radiator, and don't know what's going on with that. So another thing I did was I wanted to check the relays in here. I believe these are the starter and fuel pump relays. So this is what it was like when I opened this box here. This is a factory relay, and this is an aftermarket relay. Now, this one here is just like this one. It is a there's 4 terminals on it. This relay has 5 terminals. Now, I think this should still work in this place. I didn't test it very scientifically, but I had my wife turn the key in the ignition, and I could feel both of these click. And just to eliminate these as a possible cause, I actually did take these 2 relays out of my 91 Vanagon and tested them here, and there was no change. So the last thing I did is I got underneath the van and had my wife turn the key, and I had my hand on the starter, and I could feel the starter click, like it was starting to do something. It was I could feel it click, but wouldn't do anything else. So so I think that, you know, the circuit leading to the starter is basically intact, and that the starter itself is shot. So, and I suppose I could be more scientific about testing that, but that would take more time. So I'm actually just going to do the thing you're not supposed to do, and I'm going to get a starter, and I'm going to swap that in and see if that makes a difference. So the only other thing I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to yank the starter out. Now it's really only 2 bolts holding it in. The top one here, you got to pull back these 2 coolant hoses here in the 1.9. And you can see the top bolt right there. I believe that is an Allen bolt. Not sure what size yet. And there's another bolt underneath the van. I'm going to show you that. So I'm still debating long term if I just want to put a brand new gas tank in it, or if I want to drop this one and attempt to reseal it and then put it back in and clean it out. And clean it out, then put it back in. Have not decided yet. And whatever, the last thing I discovered is that aside from the steps, going in by the front door, this really does seem to be a rust-free vehicle, which makes me very happy. Whatever you see here on the floors, this is not rust. This is just dirt accumulated over the years. And this minuscule bit of rust is very good news for me. Those of you who have followed my channel for a long time know that I had a long history of working on New England vehicles and dealing with major rust on those. So this is quite a treat. So this is Rick with the Mercedes Diesel Guy channel. Thanks for watching, and I will keep you posted. Hopefully I can get this Vanagon to crank and start soon, and then once it's running I can do a better assessment of its overall condition and figure out what I need to do.